Sun in Aries in the third house for the Aquarius rising writer. This is the writer who speaks like a spark, the one whose voice is a strike of flint, quick, hot, and alive. The one who writes, not to explain, but to declare. Let's begin with the rising sign. Aquarius rising. You walk through the world with a cool gaze and a far-off vision. You are built to think beyond, to question the script, to speak for the future. But behind the cool exterior, a fire burns. The sun is your center, your creative core, your reason for speaking. And when the sun lands in Aries, in the third house, your voice becomes a weapon, a torch, a shout. Let's talk Aries. Aries is bold, unfiltered, raw, the first sign, the initiator, the one who begins without asking. Aries doesn't wait for permission. It arrives unasked. Let's talk the third house. The third house is language, thought, narrative, your style, your syntax, your sentence rhythm. It rules how you think and how you deliver. With the sun here, your writing is your identity. You are your words. You show up in every line. You are a writer with a need to speak. You don't write to entertain. You write to move, to shift the energy in a room, to start the argument, to wake the sleeper. You don't always edit. You don't always wait. But what you say lands with heat. Your voice is fast, direct, blunt, urgent. You may write in bursts, in bolds, in exclamation points. You may write short pieces, op-eds, speeches, essays, or fiction that burns through the page. Your tone is assertive, opinionated, confident, sometimes too confident. You may write first and think later, but that first draft? It matters. It says what no one else was brave enough to say. Let's talk themes. You may write about conflict, courage, identity, justice. You may speak for the underdog, the warrior, the activist, the first voice in a quiet room. You may not always write from calm, but you always write from truth. The wound of this placement is the wound of speaking too soon or not at all, of being dismissed or silenced, or burning bridges with your words. You may fear being too much, too loud, too unpolished. But Aries says, there is power in the rough draft. There is truth in the raw. You write fast. Your mind races. Your fingers chase your thoughts across the keyboard. You may resist revision, but when you return, you see what you meant clearly. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be clear. You write in flashes, bursts, fury, joy. Your process is electric, alive, instinctual. You are not a planner. You are a starter. Aquarius rising gives you the big picture. Aries sun in the third house gives you the sharp edge. You are the visionary with the megaphone, the rebel with a red pen. You must learn to use your fire without scorching your cause. You are the writer who begins the movement, the one whose words start the fire. You may not always be the one who finishes the book, but you are the one who made it possible. You make others think, you make others speak, because you dared to go first. Let's bring it all together. You, the Aquarius rising writer with Sun in Aries in the third house. You are the voice that can't be ignored, the idea that sparks revolutions, the sentence that splits the silence. And your legacy? It lives in the minds you awaken, in the words that came too fast but arrived right on time. Because you didn't just write to contribute, you wrote to ignite. And that ends our astrological analysis. Please like and subscribe. And why not check out your moon placement next? Happy writing!